Hey, what's up, gang? It's Adam from the Commander Smiths, and we got a little spotlight action going on here. This is actually a final spotlight, so I am actually going to go through Felothar the Steadfast. So I finished this deck. Actually, it didn't take me that long. I already had my wall deck put together from Arcades. I took that sucker apart, got rid of the blue stuff. We have black stuff we can work with in this deck, and actually going through it, and I've done a bunch of goldfish in here. This seems like a lot of fun, a lot more fun than Arcades is a good deck. Don't get me wrong, but it's very good for starting players because basically you're playing walls, you're drawing cards, you're attacking with walls. At the very least, you have big butts you're blocking with, so you're very defended. This is a little different in the fact that you have your big butts still, you have your defense you're putting up, but you can draw a crap ton of cards with this one. I wish, the one thing I will say when I go through this, I wish there was more benefits to drawing in the colors that we're in. Like, we're just missing the colors that like that, you know, blue and red. There's a couple in here that I really like that are in here. And then there's some discarding stuff. Again, I wish there was more for discarding that's also on the wrong colors, but we do have those in here. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to go through the deck, put everything in. As you can see right down at the bottom down here, I have 105. So I am a little bit over. I still got to make some more cuts, but I like to goldfish it and play through it a bit before I get those last final cuts. So basically, this deck is together. If you guys see some things in here that you think should be cut, go ahead and let me know on that. I also have 20 cards in the sideboard. We're not going to go through those, but I'm going to go through the main thing of this. And then at the end, probably the last 5-10 minutes, I will goldfish it so I can kind of show you how to pilot this one, how it runs a lot of times when I've been goldfishing, and how you'll most likely see how this deck plays. Before we get started, make sure if you click this video to watch this, you might as well just like it. I mean, that's the easy thing. You click this, you spend the effort, hit the like button. That's right down there. Just hit it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because we do a lot of blocked on YouTube. So that the only way you can see that is on the Audacity, or not Audacity, the MP3 stuff, so you can see it or listen to it on any way that you listen to podcasts. But that's the first one we've had blocked. Is just we just played a bunch of theme songs, so that's probably why. I'm not probably. That is why I got blocked. But we do podcasts every week, and we do tons of videos like this, deck tech stuff, secret layers. Probably going to be next week, so we'll be doing that as well. All right, let's get started with this. So we got Felothar the Steadfast. So one colorless, white, black, and green for a 0/5 human warrior. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. And the fun part of this is the tapping 3, sacrifice another creature. It doesn't have to be a wall. It's just any other creature besides this guy. Draw cards equal to its toughness, and then discard equal to its power. So it'd be really cool if there was better discard effects in this color, because then you don't have to stick with walls. You do like just regular creatures, you know, 4/4 or a 4/5. So you're drawing 5, discarding 4, and then doing a bunch of stuff. But the stuff that we do have in here, I'll show you that when we get down to it. So let's go through it. Big part, the first part of this is gonna be all the big butts. So basically all your walls, all your stuff that's defensive, things that are huge. So I have, it's a little weird because you're in green and you think you'd use, like, you know, your ramp spells, but you have a lot of creatures that are doing this. So I actually took out a lot of those ramp spells. The only ones that I do have in here when we get to that part is the like Soul Ring and stuff like that. The ones that, but they might get cut because we have enough ramp and tapping creatures as a mana dork. So X-Bane Guardian, that just, you know, it's giving us mana, especially for how many walls you control. It's pretty sweet. This one can get out of control. Bedrock Tortoise is a very nice one. Gives your stuff. This could be one that may be on the chopping block, but I do like that it gives your stuff hexproof when it's your turn. The other part of it, it doesn't really matter because that's what you're kind of doing anyways with your commander. And your commander doesn't cost that much to come out. But this being an 06 is why I'm like, oh, this could be a good sack outlet late game. You know, draw 6 cards. No, you don't have to discard anything. So I do like that in here. Beedor, Kin to All. So this was the original. I was going to build this deck and Felothar, but I was like, you know what? They fit in each other's decks. So this is kind of like a secondary commander, kind of like the Precon is in a way. But Beedor, like, well, actually, this one isn't in the Precon. This is in the regular set. But this would fit in that, the Precon, or fit in with this commander very well. So the cool thing about this is I like it better here And this is how I made the decision to switch it, because I was going to just do Beater and then have Felothar like in the deck. But the thing about this is, if this is in your command zone and people see you're casting walls, getting walls out there, they know that you're a threat, because as soon as this gets out, it's at the end step. It's not at the upkeep. So you just get this out. If you have over 40 toughness, boom, everybody loses half their life. So this one's, it's one of those commanders that I think could be a boogeyman, that people see it sitting on the side and are like, okay, well, they have creatures out, we need to destroy them. So I think you can get picked apart. Whereas Felothar, you can sacrifice those things that they're picking away. So and it's not as much to come out. I mean, yeah, it's one less, but it's not as threatening, you know? So you're getting your walls out and all that stuff. Yeah, they kill this and your walls can attack, but really you can just get this out again. And like I just think this is a better option than this, because you just become arch enemy right off the bat. All right, so the Canopy Gargantuan, it's a lot to come out, but man, doubling your counters when it's based off of the toughness on your upkeep, that can get nuts. Like, you know, the Trees of Perdition that we're going to get to, any of those trees, you're going to put 13 counters on it. So you're going to draw 26. If you sacrifice that dude, 26 of them, discard 13, it could just be pretty nuts. So I think this is a fantastic card in there. A lot of these walls, I'll just go quick. This one's going to draw you. This is a little bit of recursion. It's not a wall, but it's can be used as in your wall deck or tree folk deck, I guess. But it's nice because when your tree folk die, or your walls die, which you're going to be sacrificing, then you're going to be able to bring back something with less toughness. So you can keep playing those over and over. So it's a natural cycle. And then really, if you wanted to sacrifice this, that's 7. You draw 7, you discard 3. That's not bad too. So, and it has vigilance, reach, whatever. But I like this because what your deck is doing is sacrificing. So this is a nice one to be bringing back the creatures that you've been sacrificing. Crashing Drawbridge. Yeah, let's give them haste. What is it? It's so small. Crenellated Wall. I don't even know if that's how you say it. I better get my buttons up because, you know, speaking and reading is... where is my kid can't even read? I got to get that button. Where is it? There it is.
One,
kid can't even read. But this would be nice because this was in my Arcades deck. A lot of these were in my Arcades deck. Basically, all of these, not all of them, I'd say any green or white wall was in my Arcades deck, pretty much. Except for this guy, the next one. Almost everything. But this is nice. You just do a tap effect. Tap, give something +4. That's 4 more draws, and only 1 creature's died. So this is just fantastic in this. And it's an 0-4 for 4 there. Crystal Barricade. Love this. Gives you hexproof. Prevents, if anybody's doing that, the Blasphemous Act type of thing, prevents non-combat damage. To be dealt to you or your other creatures. So that's nice there. We got E Honda. So your creatures are just going to get a big buff when he attacks. And in the attack, the nice thing about Felothar is it isn't like at sorcery speed. Sometimes you see that with these where it's like only do at sorcery speed, which is a big bummer. But this you can do whenever in reaction to somebody killing it, in reaction to all your stuff being bumped up. So this is just going to be fantastic in that, especially since you're drawing a lot of cards in this deck. This deck has... It has a lot, especially if you get those trees out, man. You could draw probably half your deck. So then we got the other little turtle there, Fecund Green Shell. The 2+2 you're probably not going to get, but what I really like is that almost every single creature in this deck has a smaller power than toughness. So you're either going to get a draw, or at the very least, or you're going to ramp yourself. You're going to put a land into play tapped. So this is just all-star in this one as well. Again, it has a smaller front than the back, so our butts are big. Ohran Frostfang, 2/6. I like it. When your stuff is dealing damage, you're drawing. Just self-explanatory. Again, it's not a wall, but look at that difference there. You're getting a 4-card advantage with that one. Overgrown Battlement. Yeah, more ramp there. This sucker's gone up because of this deck, and actually a lot of the second spell stuff is what made this go up. But every time you cast your second spell, you draw a card, and you create a wall. And then all your walls with Defender gain, what is it? They gain Exalted. So it gets 1+1. If one creature attacks, they'll get 1+1 for each creature that is a wall. So this is just an awesome ad there. Shield Sphere. Yeah, let's pay 0 and draw 6 cards. I'll do that. I mean, you'll pay the 3 from your Felothar, but 0 to get out? Yes. This is a little ramp guy. We can go get our not ramp necessarily. Well, yeah, get our ramp. In this, you could pay a lot. Urza Saga. I do have Urza Saga in here. Yes, I do. It works well in this, and you'll see. Yes, Urza's for life for sure, buddy. Sylvan Carrots. See, you can see it's a lot of ramp on our creatures and stuff, or draw on the walls. I like how you did that there. And then Tower Defense. Yeah, we're gonna give O+5 to all your creatures. One, this can be a game winner. You could be swinging with all your walls that are already huge, and now you're giving them O+5. When I played my Arcades deck, this is one of the cards that really does some work in it. Towering Titan. Yeah. The cool thing about this is you wait until all your walls are out, then you play this. This thing gets huge, and then you can sacrifice one of those walls when you're attacking with this, and now it has trample. Sound going crazy, making sure everything's up and running. Yep. Okay. Just making sure that my sound is all right. It looks like I have everything there. I don't know why it's been doing that lately. My soundboard all of a sudden just kicks off. It doesn't look like my background music's on the right thing, though. So we're going to change that really quick. Give me just a second. Make sure that we get this going because, yeah, it's on the monitor. Monitor off. Monitor. There we go. Everything's back to normal. I don't get what's happened with it. New computer kinks that I'm working out at this point. I don't know why it gets kicked out, but I should be good. Let me know on the... Yeah, okay, we're good to go. At least I figured out the troubleshooting of it. I just have to turn off my soundboard, turn it back on, make sure everything's not echoing. Fun stuff. All right, so let's keep moving with this. Tree of Perdition. The cool thing is, Arcades, you couldn't use this one. Now I can. So this one's just fun because you could take out opponents with this bad boy, getting them down to 13 and getting this dude huge and then sacrificing and drawing all those cards. Like, you can do this all in one shebang. I think this one's fantastic, along with Redemption. This one you don't want to do as much to yourself, but, you know, it depends. You could kind of fluctuate with that and everything. Lowry hacks you every time. Yeah, that's a good point. It's Lowry that's doing it to me. More walls that are giving some mana to you there. So these are ramp guys or mana dorks. A 1-drop for an 0/3. Yeah, I mean, these are easy ones. Wall of Blossoms. The cool thing about the ones that draw when they come in is those are just easy sack fodder. You just sack them and there's no worry. You know, you don't want to necessarily sack these because they're giving you mana, but, you know, in a pinch, you sacrifice those. All right, so then we got Wall of Junk, a 2-drop that you're going to draw 7 cards from. Like, it's just crazy. Wall of Omens, yeah, we'll get a draw. Wall of Reverence, so you'll gain some life off of that. Some big life off of that, plus the drawing and flying and all that. Wall of Roots, that's a little bit of a mana dork there. Wall of Shards, you know, 1/8 flying, so that can deal some damage. Wall of Tangle Cord, and finally, Weathered Sentinels. So I wanted to stay very low with the CMC to try to get as many walls as possible. Cool thing is the early game, again, you're not, it's like Arcades. If you played Arcades before, you are not that threatening when you have these walls out. People do not see you as a target. So these are, and I kept them cheap. I didn't want really high ones. I think the highest is 4 for my walls specifically, I should say, because yeah, we do have some bigger guys in there, but those aren't walls per se. Okay, let's move on to the Day of Dragons, the game winners. There's actually probably more at this point. We already talked about Beator, but our Chroma's Will is always an all-star, especially when you're a creature-heavy swinging deck. It's always an all-star in decks like that. So this, I love this. It's protection. It's game-winning. It just serves a purpose whenever you need. I got to use it recently. Not necessarily for game-winning. It was to keep myself alive because I wanted the life link on it. Was it life link? Yeah, I did the life link and protection and everything like that. So, yeah. So I love this card so much, and it makes sense why it's where it's at. All right, here comes the cool stuff. This is what I wish. Okay, I did take out Bone Miser, which also deals with sack or discarding, just because when you're discarding, it depends on what you're discarding. You're either getting the 2 land if you discard a land, 2 black mana. You're going to get a 2/2 zombie if you discard a creature, or you're drawing a card for a non-land creature or non-land, non-creature card. So anything that isn't a creature or land, you get to draw. Well, the problem is, look down here. There is 44 creatures in this deck. So I want to get more of the draw part of it. even though I'm drawing a lot, the mana isn't going to help me too much. It can, but it isn't going to help me a ton. And then the giving me a 2/2 creature, I have the walls. I want the butt in the front. You know, big butt, not a big front. That's not how the ladies want it, but that's what I want. I want a big butt, no front. So that the 2/2 zombies were not helping me out in that situation. So I decided to get rid of that. But we've talked about, Lowry and I have talked about this card a bunch. Archfiend of Ifnir. This is just awesome. Like, there are creatures, all my creatures, not all of them, I'd probably say 50% of them have a front. So even if you discard 2 cards, all your opponent's creatures are getting -2/-2 counters. Not until in a turn. It stays there. So you can really abuse this using this card. So I think this is a nice little extra board wipe, which I actually don't have in my removal package, but this definitely should be in that. Monument of Endurance. So now when you discard, I get to at least choose whenever I'm discarding. So I can draw a card. You know, I'm discarding. Oh, now I'm replacing it with drawing a card. Discard. You know, if you get over 3, you can't do much more than that. Adam has a big butt. No front. True. I don't know if I hit it. Oh, good for you.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. And hello, boobies.
Hello, boobies.
Doesn't work in that. You want a big front and no butt. But yeah, so this is nice. You're discarding 3 cards. You get to make everybody lose life. Treasure token, draw a card. Just, it's a good card. So that's great in there. Here's our draw package. We don't have a big one here. Again, we're doing the dick jokes here. But we don't have a big one because your commander is doing it in itself. A lot of your walls that come in draw for themselves. And I showed you Ohran Frostfang. Oh, he's right there. So there's a lot of stuff in there. But here's some cool, notable ones. The Last March of the Ents. Basically, you're going to pay 8. You're going to draw a crap ton of cards because of your butts on your dudes. And you're going to play everything for free. That's what's going to happen. All your creatures are coming out for free. It's just fantastic in there. And then Sensei's Divining Top. Surprisingly, I know we try to put this in every deck, but lately I've been cutting them because I've been putting a lot of draw in decks. And this is probably one of the closer ones being cut because I have so much draw and the commander does so much draw that Sensei's might not be as important in this deck. So we'll see. We'll see. We got 5 cuts to do still, so I'll see if that stays in. All right, here's the big guys. Here's the big guy. Yes, I have Shieldred in here. But think of that. If I'm drawing 13 cards, I'm gaining 26 life. I wish it was the other way around. Whenever I drew a card, opponents lost 2 life because that would work so much better. But that's what we have Psychosis Crawler for. So every time you're drawing a card, each opponent loses a life. Now think of this. Now, in part of my gold fishing, of course, it's Magical Christmas. But if you have Psychosis Crawler out and either one of those trees, you can make your life go down. Let's say you're at like 30 life or something like that. You put that tree as a 0-30. God, I got something in my eye. A 0-30. And now you draw 30 cards and everybody loses 30 life. Like, this can wreck the table. This can win you games right here. Shieldred's just going to be annoying and get you ahead. So, or if you need to catch up on life, this is going to be a great way to just gain that life back really quick. The 2 points, 2 people losing life, that's not going to be as bad. It's more of you're going to gain a lot of life and get really far ahead. All right, so we got 2 evasion cards. You have big butts. These guys are huge, so you really don't need a lot, but let's make it so you can get around stuff. So there's more that could be added, but I really only wanted the 2 because you're going to kind of control the board, and that's actually what I found with Arcades, is if you control the board by removing everybody's stuff, that's, you just swing through with your stuff. So you make the one-sided board wipes, so you have advantage. So you get your stuff there, have Skulk there. Same with this, a little bit of a benefit. If anything, 4 more power attacks you. They lose 2 life and you gain 2 life, so nice there. Here, look at this, Monarchs. We have 20 of them. So the ones that I haven't talked about is Arbor Adherent. So this one's nice because you're going to get a lot of mana off of that. Any one color. Arcane Signet, that might be on my chopping block, but so far it's staying in. We got Birds, we got Bloom Tender. Decanter is going to stay. I would keep that over Arcane Signet because you are drawing a lot of cards. The Lighted Halfling. Enduring Vitality. So you're like, oh, why I have this? Well, we are very creature heavy, right? And the cool thing is you can sacrifice this. You could draw 3s, discard 3, then this turns into an enchantment. So you're all good right there. So this is a nice one there. Favorable Elder. Again, we're getting some ramp there. Rampart Architect. So when he enters, you get a 1/3 wall. So right away, it's kind of like you're already getting a wall. But when he also attacks, you get a 1/3 wall. Now when your walls die, not only are you going to draw with your ability of what your commander does, but now you get to go get a land, a basic land, and put it onto the battlefield tap. So this is really nice in this deck. Seedborn Muse, all-star. This might be the top card in this deck, in that everybody's turn, now all your stuff is untapping. You can, if you have enough of your walls out there, you're able to sacrifice those, draw a bunch of cards, discard if you have to, but everybody's turn, you're able to do that with Felothar. So I love this in the deck. Whenever I can get this out in my gold fishing, it's a fantastic thing in there. Yes, Smothering Tithe, but we want to build up that mana, so this could be on the chopping block because we also have enough ramp and mana dorks and all that stuff in here. Soul Ring, we already went through that. Thought Vessel will stay in here because we do need to have a no maximum hand size. So I do have the 3 that are giving me no maximum hand size. The others we talked about. Some other protection, we already talked about Chroma's Will, but look at these little guys. Cauldron of Souls. Let's give our stuff persist, so the thing you're sacrificing will then come back. Then I kind of picked and choose the ones that I really like for my protection, just straight up. Clever Concealment, which have a Darkwing Duck for that proxy right there, if you guys ever want to get that. Flawless Maneuver, you're able to cast that for free with your commander out. Heroic Intervention. Luminous Broodmoth, I finally get to use this because you're going to sacrifice. It's going to come back with flying, so now it's even more scary. Teferi's Protection and Lifeline. So now you're sacrificing, and a turn, that creature just comes right back into play. So Lifeline is going to be fantastic in this. The only way really people get rid of all the creatures is board wipes. But what you can do if somebody does a board wipe, in response, Felothar, sacrifice your wall. That goes into the graveyard. At least that wall will come back. So there's some cool things you can do with Lifeline. All right, then we get into our removal package. And yes, I have Aura Shards in here. But that's my one. I have 2 removals that I can hit artifacts, enchantments, and that is Heliod's Intervention. I love if you're in white, recommend always playing that at instant speed. And then Aura Shards. Removal for creatures, as you can see, destroy all creatures power 3 or greater. This is only going to hit like 2 of my creatures, I think. 2, 3, depending if I pump them with counters and stuff. But for the most part, this isn't going to hit you, and has a recursion part to it as well. Expel the Interlopers, choose a number between your 0 and 10, and then destroy everything. So you're going to most likely choose 1, destroy everybody else's creatures. Fell the Mighty, destroy all creatures with greater power than target creature, so you can control how you want to do that. And then Slaughter the Strong. This way you can get around the sacrifice. It's a little less. The others are 5 CMC. This is 3, so that's kind of nice there. You're most likely going to be able to keep everything of yours. All right, sacking. We already talked about those, but we did not talk about Blade of Self. So if you remember from all the big butts from above, a lot of them do have like ETB drawing effects or something that happens with ETB. So Blade of Self is going to come in handy not only for those creatures coming into ETB, but you can sacrifice one of those myriad creatures that are there and use that and still have the creature that you want and it won't die. So you're sacrificing the one that's already going to be sacrificed at the end of combat, and then you draw the cards and do all that. So I think this is going to be great in there. And then Mirren of Clan Nel Toth. So then you're sacrificing, you're able to bring back stuff from your graveyard at the beginning of your end step. So this is a great way to bring stuff back. And then I originally, the reason I have like a whole section for this, but only 1 card, but tax time. Originally I was like, well, what if I just play a bunch of walls and then tax the F out of all the other players? So I was going to have like, things that make your stuff enter tap, like Blind Obedience type of things. Just a whole bunch. I had like 10 or 12 in there, and I was like, no, I don't want to be that big of a dick. So, but I do like Meekstone in here because, like I said, there's only like 4 creatures that are over power 3, so that's great there. Lands, I'm not going to go over too much, but here you can check out, I do have below in the details of what everything is. You can check out the deck list there, but you can see, yes, I have Gaia's Cradle. When you're playing a creature heavy deck, you got to have that in there. There's just a bunch of the dual lands and all that. It's about mana fixing, and of course, Urza's Saga, and you have a Maya Cradle growth in here. So both sides of the spectrum on that. Lowry, I got your guy in there, and I got my guy in there. So Urza's for life, yes, for sure, Tad. All right, okay, so that's the deck. Like I said, you can check out the Moxfield. The deck list is below. Let's do really quick a little play test. We're at 25 minutes, so let's just do a couple minutes here of play testing. I want to make sure you guys can see all that. I'm going to zoom. All right, so we're going to do that there. All right, so we'll just do it really quick, kind of get you a feel of how this is all going to start. So we have enough land. I have my 1, 2. I like to have 3 land to start. So we'll start with that. Oh, and a nice little soul ring there. So let's pop that there. First turn, we'll play that. We'll play the soul ring. And most of the time, I would probably hold Meekstone back just so I don't look that douchebaggery. Oh, you know what? Let me get this a little better so you guys can see this. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, it didn't really change much. I guess it's bigger on your screen. Something's bigger. We're always getting bigger with this. All right, so that is the first turn. Next turn. Oh, man. People would hate me in this deck if I was playing this. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I'm going to play with this the way I like to play. Oh, we're getting our Tree of Redemption out. So we'll just play our untapped land and we'll get the Redemption out, and then we'll go to the next turn. All right, now we'll play that untapped. 2 life there. What did we get? Oh, we got the turtle. Well, we want Felothar to be able to do its thing at some point. So we're going to get this out because we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I would probably just throw out Meekstone. Now I'm looking like, oh, let's get the attention off of this, and people are going to be focused on this. Let's get rid of this. We got to get rid of that because our stuff, we're not going to be able to untap. So you kind of put a threat out along with your commander. Now we go to our next turn. Turn 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 land. We have him. Oh, see, this is stupid. It already happens, you know, like for the most part. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are 2 off of being really douchey. Really douchey. Does this say as long as I know whenever this or another? Okay. So we could make it so they could see it coming because we could play this and then the next turn it gets crazy. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, because you see this and people know that they're going to be dead next turn. You know, that's basically... I'm not drinking yet. I was... You know what? You got me. I'll drink one. I'm going to have my breakfast stout right here. Love this. This is always Founder's Breakfast Stout. It's basically my Friday. Well, we're going to the zoo tomorrow with the kids and all that stuff, and then my wife is off and the boys are off of school. So cheers. Cheers to a Thursday, but kind of my Friday. Okay. So let's just play it safe in this. Let's play out the cards here. So we're going to play this guy. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And he enters, and we get to get out of there. Stop it. We get to look at the top card, and it's a land, so it goes into play tapped because that's what his ability is. It says when he or another creature, toughness greater than its power, look at the top card, and if it's a land, put it in the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, put it in your hand. So it's a nice little draw there. All right, let's go to the next turn. So we are getting to turn 5. Whew. Okay, so we've been like sneaky with this, right? So we're gonna play this. We're losing 2 life, but I think we can already do all this. I think it's done at this point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 3. So we play 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we switch our life. So this gets 36. You know, you could even no, we want to switch it. We probably would have swung in last turn with him, but we switch that with your life total, so he turns into a 36. And my life goes to 13, and then boom, we sacrifice, and everybody loses 36 life besides me. And I draw 36 cards. Problem is, we don't have one of those things that gives my hand unlimited, you know, don't have a hand size. So, but we're gonna call that good game right there. Yeah. So it's oh, nice. Polishing off a Founder's IPA. Very nice. All right. Is it your Thursday, Friday too? Let's do it again. Oh, we got it again in here. I don't know if I want to show you a little different. We got both the guys in here. We got like 3 of the cards that were just in that one. So we're going to restart just so we get a different feel for that. Let's see. So we got a land. Ooh, with a birds. And that's a draw. I would not keep a 1-hand land. Okay, we're fine. But the problem, not problem, the good thing is we had birds there. So I'd have done this and gone and let's get, what color do we need? White and green. So we need a savanna because we want to untap. We want our birds to come out. So then the birds would come out here, and then we go to our next turn. Ooh, now we're getting our lands. So, oh, we played our wall last turn too. So we got 1, 2, or we go 1, 2 there. Then we play this, and then we play that, and we could tap. Or does 2 damage to myself. So we have 3 with 1 floating. So I probably do this to draw a card. There we go. And then we move into the next turn. Oh, what did we get there? We got another land. So we have another perdition out there, or redemption. So it's my life again. What do we got for mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can get him out and another wall. So let's get Felothar out. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1 floating. We get Felothar out. Let's drop we'll say that one of those. Oh, we needed the white land. We wouldn't have been able to do it. So we probably would have taken that back. Oh no, we need that tapped. Because I'm going to play my Surveil land. So let's check out the top card. It's a land, so let's toss that. Then we go to our next turn. Now we could attack with an 06. It's actually doing 6 damage. We could attack with our 4. So you could do some damage right there. We go to our next turn, and then this is when things are going to go fun. So we're going to get that down. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could just do the redemption out. We're not going to kill anybody with that. But we do have this guy. We can draw 6 off of him. So maybe let's do this. We're going to go 1 white, 2 white, and 2 colorless. Take our 2 damage. We'll get the Broodmoth out. And then we will swing in with these guys. And then at the end, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We will sack this, but it will come back with a flying counter on it. All right, but we're going to still draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are going to have to discard because we did not get any of our fun stuff, so we'd get rid of that land. Ooh, we got Vidor there. So now we have a different game plan. Our game plan is let's get these butts up. We can get tower defense is going to make it so we get there really easily. What else would I want to get? Draw on Lowry and step. Yes, exactly. I would probably, because these guys are very cheap. This is our most expensive. Might get rid of that guy because we're going to have enough draw on this. So then we get down to our amount that we want to be at. Yeah, and you're right. I could probably do that draw during somebody else's turn. So that's actually probably what I would have done instead of right there. I was just kind of showing you there. So we'll keep that in hand. So we'll go to the next turn. What are we at? We're at turn 5 and just crazy crap is going on. So let's throw out command tower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, and we don't even have any of the big mana dorks in here. So we have 8 going on there. What's our butts at? 4, 10, 14, 19, 20. So right away, we're already going to get the draw at the end step, which actually we should have drawn at the end step last time because of that. Now Smothering Tithe doesn't even matter. See, this is what I'm saying. Smothering Tithe might not make it in the deck just because I got enough mana going on here, but it never hurts to have more mana with Smothering Tithe. So we're definitely going to want to get Vidor out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you just need to do 3 here. So white or black, green, 2 colorless, and that. Let's get Vidor out. Okay, now it pops up to 27. So if we get 3 more, everything untaps. And we have how much mana open? 1, 2, 3. So what is making the most sense to do? Definitely want to do that. 1, 2. We only might need 2. I forgot I lost 2 life there. 2, and let's throw out... It already has flying, so I can't use that as my sacrifice. Oh, but we're not going to be able to sacrifice if we do this. So we need to keep that untapped. Because then we have our 3, right? So we get to our end step. You're going to draw a card. We are going to have to discard. Which sucks. So let's discard that. Let's discard that. And let's discard what we talked about before. Actually, we're going to discard Smothering Tithe at this point. Doesn't matter to have that. All right, so that at some point during this turn, we are going to sacrifice Wall of Blossoms, right? So this will come back with a flying counter on it because of our Brood Moth. You're going to draw 1 for this entering and 4 for its toughness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The music make a big play. Nice. All right, so then we go to our next turn. We're at turn 5. Okay, so now we don't even need Sensei's top at this point. Man, I want these lands so bad. These basics are so sweet. So we will play the Reliquary Tower, so we won't ever have to discard. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just wanted to hit one of the big guys. But at this point, we're going to make everybody lose half their life. So let's get... This will be 4, right? And we're going to save 2 there. 4... So what I say, there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's out. So now we are at 27. We're at 40. We're at 40 exactly at this point. So I don't even need to use the tower defense, but I can swing in with it and hurt a lot of people there. Or I can sacrifice. Well, we get to the end of the turn. Everybody lose half their life. Although if we use our tap abilities, we can use this more than once. So at this point, you're in control. Beater's about to take down everybody. You're going to untap all your stuff. You're going to draw. We don't have to discard anymore. I can keep playing more and more of these creatures. You're swinging in with big fatties. We could, next turn, change my life. This game's pretty much over. If there's a board wipe, that's the thing that you're a little bit in trouble with. You know, there isn't. I didn't have any of my protection spells. What are we at? We're at 30. Oh, God, these are going fat. Longer than I was thinking. One more really quick one. Just want to show you this last one here. Okay, so we have 2 lands in this, but we do have a Mana Dork. Do we have a second Mana Dork? Oh, we have 3 lands. Okay, we have our Triumph, so we're going to keep it. So we will, whoops, draw for our first. We're not going to be able to get anything out there, so we'll play our Triumph because it comes into play tapped. Go to our next turn. Let's do the Bloodstained, and we will go get, I'm just going to grab whatever, the Bayou there. And now we can play this. That adds a little bit more. Our next turn. Now we're going to play our Gaze Cradle because now we're going to start playing stuff and getting stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get this guy out. I cast Farewell. Yes, that would be it. We'll get this guy out. This got a -1 counter on it. So that's 4. We could have got, actually could get Felothar out because we have the right colors. Green, black. Yes. So maybe Falothar would be the right move here. Get him out at this point. Or you build up your defense. You know, he can come in later. But the problem is Felothar, he does have Summoning Sickness, so you can't use his ability. You want to get him out as soon as you can. All right, now we got Command Tower. So now we have 2 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But each creature I bring out, it's going to be more. So let's do white and that. Now we're doing that. Now this is worth 3, 4, 5. We still have that. So if we could do another 2, would be nice. Or we just get the turtle out. We could have done the... No, we couldn't do the turtle first. So we're going to do 3, 4. Or if we get a 2 out... Oh, no, we don't have that. We'll get the turtle out. Add a counter. We'll get the turtle. We get to look at the top. That goes into my hand. Okay. We're not doing anything with this guy at this point. We aren't doing my fun stuff that I want to do. But this turn we are. Because now we have 4 creatures out. Now when we play anything with bigger toughness, whatever, it's going to get out there. And we can start drawing cards. So I'd probably go after this guy. He's down to 3. Well, let's go 1, 2, 3. We're making him go down to 2, 4. So we play that guy. He also creates another guy. token copy. So both of these are ETBs. It's not cast trigger. It's an ETB. So this guy hitting, I get to look at the top. It's not a land. And then this guy hitting, I get to look at the top. Not a land. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we want to use his ability at some point. So we're going to tap that for 6. 3 of it is going to go to using his ability to sack. What are we going to sack? Maybe this wall. So then we're going to draw 3 and discard 1. 1, 2, 3. And we discard 1. I don't know. We're on turn 5. I did not play a land yet. So why don't we just discard a birds? And we're going to play our land. And we're going to tap that. We still have 2 left over. We're going to get a soul ring out. So we have 2 left over. We want to get this guy out. 2. That's not going to work. 2, 3, 4. We can do something for 4. So maybe him. Yeah, that's probably where to go. Or Blade of Selves. No, I'd like to attach Blade of Selves right away. So we'll get that out with our 2 that were remaining. And then we should be golden. All right. Now we move on to the next turn. Turn 6. This is probably the longest turn. Okay, there we go. Here's our board wipe. Here's how we're getting rid of everybody's stuff at this point. So we need 2 black, which we have 1, 2. 1, 2, right? Oh, and I would have drawn actually for that because that came into play. So this is actually my draw for the turn. Did I? I didn't cast it. I'm not on Team Forest Walk. No, I just have, like, it goes in my creature decks. My Gaius Cradle goes in creature decks. Okay. So what you do there is 1, 2, we tap 3. We want all that green. We tap that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to use 5 of that. So we're down to 2. And now we just need to tap 1. And we are going to tap this little guy. But before we sacrifice something, that is a different power and toughness. We are going to give a bump to, let's just say, we want to discard because we want this to ruin people. So we are going to put it on this guy. So we're going to draw 8 and discard 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And discard 3. It's going to put 3 -1/-1 counters on everybody and on all their creatures. And where is it? Which guy did I do? I did this guy. So that guy dies. And I think I still had 2 left over. Oh, no, I used that. So I am out of that, but I can use 2 here. So if I wanted to, can we have unlimited hand size yet? No. But didn't I draw something that gave me unlimited hand size? I was pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Boo. But we do have beater out. So this is where it can kind of get crazy. So I had 2. I can tap 1, 2, 3, 4. I played my land. Did I play my land? No, I did not play my land. So I could play... Oh, no, I think I did. I played that forest, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're in turn 6. Oh, no, I didn't. So I'll play that. So we actually have 5. What are we going to play? Probably... Beater. Yeah, I guess that could fit. We could get that guy out. Because we got green, white, black, and 2 colors. So Beater would be out. So we'd have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 19, 24, 32. So everything's going to untap. I'm going to draw a card. Whoops, that was 2 cards. I would have to discard because I do not have unlimited hand size. That is out. All these are tapped, by the way. I would draw because of his ability too. Like this is already nuts. It's nuts. This is a fun deck. Like I think the thing about this deck that I like the most is people can know that this is, what the deck is going to do, but you're playing walls. They're not that threatening. So you have big defense, big butts. You can block everything for days. And then when the time is necessary, you get this guy out and you're just swinging in. You can swing it. For all you, like, that's all Arcades was. All Arcades did was swing in with the big butts and you win. All right. So that's pretty much what that deck did. You did board wipes. You swung in. when no one had creatures, and it's a very powerful deck. This one seems more, it needs a little bit of piloting compared to Arcades. It's not self-explanatory. Hey, we're going to play spells, we're going to draw cards. We're going to play spells, we're going to draw cards. This is like, all right, what are we going to sacrifice? What do we have out? You can really plan this out. And if you have cards like the Archfiend out, or you have Beater out, or you have any of the other, like you saw Shieldred was coming up there, so you have Shieldred out, you can gain a bunch of life back. I just think this is a really fun deck. I wasn't so sure until I got it all built and started running it. I just think this one's going to be really fun. So I'd like to hear what you guys think. Let me know if I'm missing something, if you guys think that I should be adding some other stuff. Maybe help me out with those last 5 cuts. If you take a look at my deck below and it's still at 105, let me know what cards you would cut, because that's the hard part for me. Is sometimes it's hard for me to be like, all right, I want to cut these because I really like these cards in this deck. But when you have an outside perspective, sometimes that helps when you're not the one that had been building it for hours and hours. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and into the weekend. Make sure you guys give this a like, and I'll see you guys later. See ya. Suck up. Hey gang, the best way to support the Commander Smiths is to make sure you slap that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our online store, commandersmiths.com, where we have metal tokens